We were a team of 5, and then we were a team of 4, and then we were a team of 3. The last man standing. We feel bad for Tony Carrasco. He had a neck injury, and it's hard to bend over and draw at this, so he had to leave. We did get lucky and have Richard Elmore do some of our renderings for us, but he had to leave, so we're thankful he could do what he could. Thank you. I think we could start out with what we believed were the key concepts. Maybe I'll go over here. Thank you. It looks like we all drank the same Kool-Aid. We believe in a strong pedestrian path from West Edith to East Edith, reinforcing pedestrians and bicycle connections and downgrading the vehicular connections. And in fact, what we encourage is a north entrance and exit for civic vehicular traffic and a south entrance for community traffic. We do have, I'm going to just jump right over to the drawing. We do have one connection. We flipped the police parking and relationship to the parking building so that we could have basically 2 cul-de-sacs of drive, but they would be connected. In my experience, the fire department's going to want that, and the police are going to want that. But we really wanted to decommission the road right down through the middle. That's the sweet spot. Let's reserve that for pedestrians. Again, we identified all the outdoor sports to the southeast. They seem to have a comfortable adjacency. And the community center was to the southwest in this zone. A key concept is underground parking. It seems like that is your destiny. If you want green space and all of the activities and all the buildings. But there is a challenge there, price, right? So as we did our numbers, we realized how important that decision is going to be for you as a community. It's not something the architects can solve. That ratio is cold, hard math. We also grouped the theater with the community center. And in this scenario, we showed the theater tucked up against this property line, but with service and the dock and the scene shop tucked in here, kind of in the private side. And then the public side would be facing what we like to believe is the outdoor room, enlarging what you already have. I don't know if we want to go to specifics of the plan or talk about opportunities that are embedded in it. Peter, do you want to walk through the plan a little bit more, and then we can touch on opportunities and some of the problems or challenges in it?
Okay. Yes, well, we're trying to create sort of a real community feel here, and the connection, Edith, and this whole connection of downtown with State Street and Main Street coming together, we really wanted to be the main sort of pedestrian LA. And so this is basically just sort of a community outdoor space that's connected with the museum space. And I think that's, something that we're typical of all of our schemes. And also we're connecting with Edith and leaving the ball field where it is. We did sort of think about the second phase on how the government buildings would work too. So we thought we would keep the existing town hall or existing city offices where they were and put a new city office building here. This would be council chambers, these would be the offices, and keep this parking that seems to work pretty well and gives access to the police area, create an entry, and then this sort of pedestrian way would connect to this nice pedestrian plaza, connect with the library, connect with the museum, and also connect with the community center. Another thing that we were pretty conscious of was what was it going to be like on Hillview. So we took community center and the theater, pushed it back, and put some parking to buffer or to increase the distance from the community center to Hillview. Also, we wanted to put the pool here and the soccer field, and what we thought we would do was build like about a berm, or like about an 8-foot wall, that, and sort of maintain the treescape along Hillview, so it had a real residential feel. But this would be, you wouldn't be able to see the swimming pools, but there would be sort of the sketch right here, kind of shows an 8-foot wall, a berm, and a street tree. So along Hillview, you just see sort of a natural streetscape, and it would sort of acoustically block the noise from the pool. And then we get the soccer field and the ball field working together. And
I'll touch on a couple of opportunities that we see. By enlarging this outdoor green space, we start connecting all of these buildings visually to each other, trying to create that dynamic between them. We see a real opportunity to continue what we call the modern California ranch style. This building would remain, and this building would remain. We see this as essentially an annex to the new city hall. I don't know if this is clear, but we're visualizing that there's about 180 to 200 parking spaces under the city hall that are accessed from the north. And there's a connection for a future expansion to the library that would be underground. So there would be some clear stories or some skylights in the orchard as you walk through it. And that would connect the library now to all of the parking. We also think that there's an interesting opportunity to reinforce the Neutra design aesthetic, which is a little different than the California Ranch. The Neutra house has quite a bit of history. We see a couple of gazebos that can be possible that start to create a collage or an assembly of buildings that starts to feel like a mini campus, if you will. Go to the third one. We only have about 2 minutes left. These are your challenges, not ours. I want you to decide, is the theater in part embedded in the phase 1 work? If not, we would do what the Mauve team did and maintain the existing theater. Decide the ratio of on-grade to underground. We mentioned that a little bit earlier. Another interesting idea we had was, is the orchard a traditional orchard, or is it somehow integrated or upgraded? If there's sculptural skylights in the orchard, if you break down the orchard and it's only 3 rows deep on either side of the alley that you are walking on, or does it need to be a half acre, 200 feet by 200 feet? And vehicular access on San Antonio is still a challenge. We decided to duck it.